Genesis Ocean Pillars are a great and really popular mid-game spot. You can almost always find an empty one if you look for a while because of just how many there are. You have a substantial amount of space, you can do almost anything you want to, and of course, it's on Genesis, so farming and building up for a bigger spot is a lot easier than some of the upper maps. Whether your tribe is more of just starting out, or if you're a beta tribe that just can't hold and take one of those alpha spots, this can be a perfect spot for you. Despite how popular they are, not everyone knows how to build an ocean pillar correctly, and in such a way that it's not super easy to drop with a single racer. So here's how. People build ocean pillars different ways, but overall there's only one proper way to build one. You're going to have your base in the middle of a cage like this, and this isn't anything too fancy. It's essentially a giant box, and how big you can have it depends on the size of your pillar. For this design I've made an 8x8, which seems small, but in all reality is plenty, especially if you have another spot for breeding, or simply just doing all your breeding outside. To understand what you're building and why, you're going to have to know the primary way Genesis pillars get rated, which is with a Quetzal and a Paracer. The would-be raider is going to want to fly above your base out of turret range on a Quetzal, build the box racer up there, and walk it off the Quetzal onto your base. So, how do you combat this? A few different ways. Number 1, bear traps. Lots of bear traps. If you look around the pillar, you can see the ground and the cage are absolutely covered with them. These don't have to be placed in any particular fashion as long as the ground and Skynet are completely covered. Now onto the Skynet. This is essentially a giant net above your base that's, as mentioned, covered in bear traps. This is meant to catch and hold the racer so it gets shredded, as obviously they do not have anything built underneath. In this build I've only made one Skynet, but you have the time and materials. I would really recommend building a second, larger Skynet above this one that covers the entire pillar. Next you want to have UDs that are on aggressive and turret mode. What these will do is fearward a racer and make it either walk into such a position that it gets shot by all the turrets, or just walks off the pillar entirely. Lastly, you're going to want to make sure you have a decent amount of ground turrets. These are just meant to be harder to obstruct by a racer build and mess with people overall, just helping to kill the racer while it's stuck in a bear trap. Also, literally 0% of you guys are subscribed, so go do that.